There it is again, live. Facebook, we're ready to roll.
Okay, we're back on Facebook, guys.
Sorry, Facebook.
Sorry about that. Bad internet connection. I'm not really sure. Thank you, Comcast. Yeah.
So we've covered opening. We've covered some thank yous. Talking to everybody about just the last video and how successful it was. Super exciting about that.
Right. Share, like, comment. Did you mention that? I was kind of busy there.
No, go ahead.
3,300 views. That was ridiculous. Way more positive stuff than we expected. 21 shares. So if you guys like this, super helpful to reach out to the people that you guys know and share your stuff with them. It definitely gets out to a lot more people. So we're trying to really build this. Can we talk about YouTube?
Sure,
So,
yeah, we can have it.
So one of the things in the future is that we're planning a YouTube channel. So we're going to get a few episodes under our belt. So the more hype that we can get from you guys and sharing, liking, commenting, suggestions on what you guys want to see here as well. Any feedback, negative, positive, whatever you have, we really want to hear it. We go back and we read all of that stuff. So anything that we can get for, publicity and just getting out there before we go live on YouTube would be awesome. So appreciate your help, all the love, likes, we see all that. So the thumbs up and the hearts there, keep those coming. I appreciate it.
So I think we wanted to just take a minute or two to kind of engage with you guys a little bit. Say thanks for coming on.
Right.
Mike, we see you. Marty, hello. Thanks for watching.
Good morning.
Aren't you working? Oh, maybe not.
Saturday. Yeah, so what are you guys doing this weekend? Anything exciting? Any beer related stuff? What are you drinking out there this weekend? Anything good?
Yeah, totally. Share with us your favorite beers.
Yeah, which kind of brings me to my brother and I took a little trip. We kind of blasted out a lot of stuff on Instagram and Facebook. Took a little trip to Eugene here this last week on Wednesday. Hit up a couple of our distributors. Couple new breweries up there. Stopped off at Claim 52. Bryce, you're awesome.
Yeah.
Elkhorn, we stopped by there too. In Eugene, a couple new breweries coming up, and we hope to get some of their stuff on. We've got a really good lineup coming up.
We have an amazing lineup. Really, it's all about making those relationships with those brewers and getting out. And trust me, we love to do it. So, but yeah, it was a good trip. Definitely a good trip to get out and actually get out of the restaurant for a little bit and go make some relationships for sure. Thanks for joining, guys. Bo, Chrissy,
Hello.
What's up?
Morning,
Thanks for
Chrissy.
joining.
Also, there's a few things here that I don't know if you're not listening all the way through. I understand. I don't all the time on mine either when I'm watching live feeds. But at the end of this, there's a question that might get you a couple discounts this weekend. So whatever, fast forward through, check out the end of it. But it might definitely be your advantage.
Be beneficial. Watch to the end for sure.
Totally. What else?
We talk a little bit about Great Notion, what we're doing today. For sure.
I guess. Yeah. Why don't you talk about your visit there?
So I stopped by Great Notion Brewing, which is today who we're hosting and the beers that we're going to be doing. Noticed on the last video that we had kind of a wide range of breweries that we were doing. Today we decided to kind of narrow it a little bit. One of the ideas that we've had and some of the feedback that we've gotten was to kind of narrow the field on a brewery so we can give more information for those people who are looking to maybe go visit that brewery or see a wide range of what one brewery is doing versus a small range from a bunch of breweries. So I went and met with Paul, one of the owners. I met one of the brewers, Nate, super cool guys. They allowed us to fill and crowler some beers that they normally don't allow out of their brewery. They have a very small operation right now. They're doing it's like a 6-barrel system, maybe a 7-barrel system right now.
What's a barrel?
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
So a barrel, we get these terms a lot, and we're just assumed to know what they're. And that's kind of why we're here, is to sort of educate you guys a little bit on what's going on, what those mean. So barrel is basically 2 kegs. So when we talk about barrel system, a barrel is essentially 2 kegs. So there you have it.
Good deal. There's a barrel.
Sorry.
Now you know what a barrel is.
So they're building a.
So they started really small. They kicked it off huge, and they can hardly keep up production. The most exciting thing is they just signed a large production facility in Portland. So for those of you who are waiting to hear about Great Notion beers being available for you to have in local tap houses like ours, they're going to be releasing their beers to be able to do that soon. Paul says June, July. Don't hold them to it, obviously.
Right.
But yeah, they're looking to increase production, start bottling, canning, all sorts of jazz. So
Totally.
super cool.
So we see a couple new people that just joined here. Heather, hey, how's it going? Brian, see you on there too. Thanks for tuning in today, guys. The couple things here I just wanted to talk about. We're just sort of waiting for people to tune in before we get into the beer review. So just a couple things here. People that are around here know that we're doing an expansion. It's kind of a big deal around here. We're right now just sort of getting all those plans together so we can submit them to the city, so we can just start the build out. Once again, I think we put a time limit on maybe August. Everybody's eyes got really big when we said that, but we're really going to push it to try to get done here by the end of the summer. So we'll see how that goes. We have a barn door table. Actually, this table here that we're sitting at, we're going to put a blueprint in there. So if you guys are coming in for lunch, a beer or something like that, you can kind of see what the plans are and what the ideas are for the summer.
For sure. Yeah, we're excited about it for sure. Ready to drink some beer or what?
Yeah, I'm ready. Maybe a couple more people I see. Randy, hey, how's it going? Thomas, we see you up there. Love our food, appreciate it.
What's going on, Jason?
The expansion is good. Jay, we got a couple buddies in here. Last week we said we've got all this beer here. We've got a lot of beer here. So we invited some of our buddies down today. So if you hear a little bit of chatter in the background, that's them. They're all here too to help us drink some of this beer. One more thing. Thanks so much for the people that nominated us this year. Derek and I just found out, and the crew here, that we were nominated for Small Business of the Year here in Lebanon through the Lebanon Chamber of Commerce. So thanks to everybody there. If you're able to vote, please do vote for us. One other thing, we're nominated for Best Small Event, I believe.
Festival
in Oregon 2016 by Oregon Event and Festival Association. So Derek and I are actually going to be traveling up to Astoria.
Yep. March.
And trying to recruit some more breweries for our brew fest. So Fort George, Bowie, if you see this, we're coming your way early March. So heads up on that. Couple other ones. Reach Break, Josh, you're killing it. I can't wait to come up there and see your stuff. So if you see this, dude, I can't wait to see you guys up there. DeGard, we're coming your way too. So those are a few things we're going to start working on. But anyway, and then we're going down to Seaside to see about winning that award too. So should be a good time.
We got a couple more people. Jenny, what's going on?
Jenny, yeah. So I think we got a decent amount of people. 23 people here. Ginny, thanks for joining us. I think we're ready. Do you want to start with?
Sure, we can start.
With yours, or is yours the session? So.
Absolutely. So, Great Notion Brewing. First beer we're going to do, I know you can't read it because it's backwards. This is the Juice Junior. You notice these huge cans? This is a crowler, by the way. It's a way to be able to basically can off a large portion of beer and be able to hold it for a little longer than what a growler might hold. This is what Great Notion is doing to allow people to take their beers home right now since they're very limited. So we're going to be drinking out of these today, just FYI. So Great Juice Junior is a session IPA. A session basically speaks to the alcohol. So usually a session ale will be 5%.
Pour my own.
Or under. This beer comes in at 4.2, which is great. Session beers are nice. You know, there's a lot of these big ABV IPAs that come out, and you can have one, and then that's that. So to be able to have a beer that you can enjoy and have multiple of is killer. So cheers, yeah?
Cheers. Hazy.
Yeah, definitely. If you guys can see that, it's you can't even see through it.
Really citrusy.
Absolutely. This smells like a mango. Super mango.
I get sweet grapefruit. Right?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Ooh. A nice hop back on it.
Yeah.
Kind of lemony on the back.
Definitely
like peely. Like a peel, like an orange peel or a lemon peel.
One thing about sessions, I gotta say, sessions are not my favorite. They're great in the summertime, definitely, because you can drink a decent amount of them and not have to worry about getting hammered.
It lets you down a little bit, kind of.
Yeah, just sort of, I don't know if that's, I don't brew beer on a regular basis, but I know that sessions sort of fall short on me. This session, I gotta say, has got a lot more flavor than other sessions do. So I'm not saying it's bad by any means, but, when you're used to drinking regular IPAs and a regular like we are, it's not gonna be full body, full flavor.
So it finishes super clean, whereas like an Imperial IPA or some of your other IPAs that aren't sessionable, a little higher ABV, kind of hold up a little bit more. The hop kind of comes through and lingers on your palate a little bit longer than a session. So yeah, I hear you. You know what I mean? I have to appreciate it for what it is, though. You have to appreciate it for what it is. It's a session. That's what they were going for. I think they hit it out of the park on it, honestly.
Right. Yeah, I'll talk about the Northeast IPA here. Okay, so our next one's called, we're gonna just do 3 IPAs today. Ripe IPA. Right, so this is 7%. Did you have ABV? Did you say all the IBUs?
So sorry guys.
The last one.
So what was the Juice Junior? So it was a 6%? It was a 6%. I think I said 4%. It's a 6% beer and it's only a 35 IBU. Was that last beer?
Yeah, when I was looking up stuff on this brewery, their IPA, their IBUs are pretty low. A lot of times you see IBUs. When we saw IBUs, there's another one I think people don't know about, right?
Yeah, what is
so IBUs, International Bitter Unit. It's used to describe how bitter the beer is. Okay, and there's lots of variation or variables that go into that. How long the hops were in there, what kind of hops they used, if they dry hopped it, all sorts of different things. We're not going to try to pretend to be the brewer expert or anything, but IBUs is how bitter the beer is.
Guys, if you're watching this, share it with your friends. Let them know
Definitely.
If they're interested in craft beer and they want to know anything about it. They just think, we're goofy and weird and they want to watch something and talk about beer. Tell them about it too.
Right.
It's all good.
So another with Great Notion. If you're just tuning in here, they're out of Portland. Amazing beer, amazing brewery, great area too, Alberta. So if you're looking for a great bite to eat, anyway, this one looks pretty similar to the last one, right? Hazy as well.
Yeah, definitely. So this is Ripe IPA. A little more in the nose.
Orangey.
Yeah.
I gotta say, I've got a slight cold today, so his palate's probably better than
ripe
mine.
fruit for sure. Like again, mango, passion fruit,
juicy,
like juice, orange juice,
peach.
Ooh, yeah, definitely peach
right?
for sure. Wow.
Yeah, way more.
Yeah, little bit more body. Mouthfeel is amazing too.
So one of the things I've learned about, we do this research and we're going to start this, so I kind of got online and did a little bit of research on some stuff. And one of the things that people are talking about lately is Northeast IPAs. So before the show yesterday, I did some research on that, and Northeast IPA means it's what this hazy IPA is. And it seems like a lot of people are doing that these days. We just stopped off at Claim 52 is one of those. Fluffier is a new IPA. We just got a hold of that. Fluffy and Fluffier, both hazy IPAs. I really like them.
Yeah, I do too. I'm glad that they're getting away from filtering these beers out and adding so much mosses to get them clean because the customer wants to see a clean beer.
Yeah.
I think that you maintain so much more body and so much more flavor in an unfiltered beer like this. And so I'm looking forward to seeing more of them come out, honestly.
Yeah, absolutely. I did a little bit more. So I wanted to know, we can talk about this on the next one. Let's get on to the next beer, I guess.
Yeah, this is good.
Love it. Juicy, I would say. I think all of these IPAs are juicy. One of those, I don't know, terms.
Yeah, citrusy, juicy for sure. And that's kind of Great Notion's MO. Really. Yeah. Very juicy stuff.
Mosaic and Citra hops. Each one of these hop varietals has different flavors. Mosaic's kind of a fruity. You're next, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
So we had the Juice Junior. We just did the Ripe. And we now have Juice Box, which this is going to be renamed JB IPA. I just was talking to Paul the other day about this, and they're going to be renaming it JB. Probably just because of a name issue. I don't know if you guys have ever caught that before, but it's a hard thing naming a beer these days. There's so many breweries, there's so many names that they have to be careful that they don't name them the same thing. So anyway, Juice Box. This guy here is 8.2 ABV, and I couldn't find an IBU listed on Untappd. I couldn't find it on the website. So just FYI, Great Notion, if you guys want to put an IBU out, they don't have one out. So
real quick, the last one, the Ripe IPA, I know that I didn't tell you the specs on it. The Ripe IPA rates it. All of these beers are rating over a 4 on Untappd. So as beer people, we look up certain information for our boards, for our customers, and just do some research on it. A 4 on Untappd, I know there's Rate a Beer out there, there's Beer Advocate out there. Untappd is kind of the best one to go to, in my personal opinion. So if you guys are looking for a place to look up beers, Untappd is the place to be. Wendy, thanks for joining us. Miss you guys up there. Wendy Lougheed is the owner of Spiro's Pizza and Pasta in Port Orchard, Oregon. Port Orchard, Washington. Sorry, I've been in Oregon too long. My brother and I both worked there, started our whole restaurant thing there, and now here we are. So big thanks to the Lougheeds and the Spiro's crew out there. Sorry, I just had to give them a little shout out.
Yeah, Wendy, Bill, Kathy, all you guys.
Yes. So anyway, Ripe IPA, it's 7%. This is the last one, like I said, and 55 IBUs. So now back to this one again.
So we're picking it up a little bit. This is an Imperial 8.2. No IBU listed, but this is going to be their Imperial that they put out.
I'm having a hard time.
Really?
Getting some
Picking it
smell
up.
out of you.
So in the nose in this, I'm going to say
cold.
super similar to the Ripe that we just tried, but definitely can smell the alcohol. A little more alcohol-y in this for sure. Peaches again, passion fruit, ripe fruit, oranges again, super
Mango,
juicy,
like
hazy. Can't even see through it. Oh, see, this is up my alley. This is so with higher ABV comes sweetness.
Yeah.
More residual sugar holds and yields a higher ABV in beers. So generally speaking, more ABV means more sweeter on the palate, and this is like perfect balance to me of sweetness and hop.
Yeah.
This is.
I like
really,
it. It's
really
a little
good.
thicker. The mouth feels a little. I don't want to use syrupier, but I think that's a term that we could use here.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it kind of coats the tongue, coats the mouth a little bit, for sure. I could drink this all day.
It's good. And honestly, for an Imperial IPA, what'd you say, 8.2?
8.2, which is not, it's pretty average, right?
I guess.
These days.
We're seasoned beer drinkers, I guess, but this is delicious.
Yeah. Great Notion, dude, killing it. This is amazing.
For IPA so far, if you guys are looking for an IPA and you're in the Portland area, definitely check this
Again,
out.
I'm gonna say you can't. Unfortunately, you're not gonna find this in your store. You've got to go to Great Notion in Portland, on Alberta. Drive up there. Their food, again, like he was mentioning, stellar. Their beers are killer. Service is awesome. Go check it out.
Yeah, a little outdoor area too in the summertime. That's kind of nice, all gardeny and whatnot.
You might want to keep Chris's out since he's got a cold and not give anybody those. Just FYI.
Oh.
So we're handing our
start
beers.
pouring those beer for these guys. There's pint glasses over there. Let them start drinking some of these beers.
Yeah,
Cody.
for sure. We had a couple buddies down here drinking beer, so we're passing the beers off for these guys to drink. So
yeah,
that's what we're doing here.
Guys, if you have any questions, definitely shoot your questions. We'll try to shoot them in between here. I know it's a little tough for us to see because our cameras are a bit far away, but we'd love to answer any questions, comments, all that. Share, like us if you can. Like I said, we're trying to get out there. For the people that are just tuning in, Future is a YouTube channel. Beer About It. We've got a couple t-shirts here and this, all that. So like, share, comment, all of that. We love it.
Yeah.
Show people. Brian, thank you.
We haven't talked about Growler Cafe, by the way. Just real quick, we'll give a little plug since we're here. Why not? So Growler Cafe has been open for 2 years. We own it. Chris Derrick. We started this business and have been very, very. You smell it? Yeah, we're just super happy and humble that business has been going really well. The community has supported us through this, and the expansion that we have really is because of them. We wouldn't be able to do this without them. So thank you so much for everybody.
Living in Oregon and the surrounding area is like definitely the reviews that you guys have given us are giving me goosebumps right now because without you guys, you know, the social media stuff that's out there right now, reviews are huge. So
I'm gonna answer a question. Do you mind? Elizabeth?
Yeah, please.
Elizabeth, your question is in the expansion if we're going to be adding more handles. We actually aren't going to be adding more handles, and the reason for that, I think logistically it's just going to work out for us just because of space. The other thing is, in order to rotate beers and to kind of keep things fresh, having a handle amount that allows us to do that, I think is ideal. We talked about doing more handles. We may go into like a nitro handle or something like that later on, but 20 handles really allows us to move through our product quicker, allows us to kind of put a good blend on the board of IPAs, stouts, hefts, pilsners for everybody to drink. So, good question though. I'm glad you asked.
Yeah, totally. These signs are...
The signs are tripping her out.
Reverse, but not your shirts. Oh, so these are backwards.
These are right, but these aren't. Everything up here is backwards.
Right, so we had these built this week because we learned a few things here. That's a great question. And the posters. So when we talked to these people, it was like, hey, we need them to look backwards. So that's what's up with that. So this is, okay, so this is the Blueberry Muffin Sour. This is an amazing beer. I was pouring it. I wish you guys could be here because you can smell the blueberry muffins. It is amazing. So I guess they make it with blueberry muffins. I don't know if they still do, but real blueberry muffins. What are a couple other things? Bacillus, lacto. Let's just say that. I don't know how to say it. They pitch this bacteria and sort of gives us a little bit of tartness. But when you smell this beer, it smells like sweet, sweet blueberry muffins.
Have you ever had a Costco blueberry muffin?
Oh my gosh.
Like, all over the place.
It's so crazy. You guys are laughing, but it's so crazy.
Yeah.
Never tried a beer like this. If you're sour fans, wine fans, cider fans, whatever you are, this is a great beer. Go there and get this beer.
Oh my gosh.
Right?
All you can say is blueberry muffin. Like, there's nothing else to say about this beer.
I don't know about that. It's so, maybe.
He's arguing with me.
Yeah, I do that. He's my brother. It's dry at the beginning, right? You get the bubbles are sort of lemony and citrusy at the finish in your palate, so it's clean. You taste a lot from like the nose, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
But I would say the initial flavor is tart, right?
Yeah.
It's sort of like if you were to have like a sweet tart blueberry muffin candy, that's what I think it would be.
Yeah, that's a good call. I like that.
With a lot of smell.
No, I like that. Yeah, and it's not, and for a sour, not overly acidic either. Like, not super, super, super sour. Some sours are just over the top.
Yeah.
This is pretty well balanced. But yeah, blueberry all over the place. This is amazing.
Yeah, totally. It's so funny. I know I'm in the right industry because when I talk about and I taste great beers, I get goosebumps. It's crazy.
You know, it'd be cool. It'd be cool to once they start production on this beer to like float blueberries in this beer when you serve it. That'd be super cool. Kind of fun.
Yeah, it would be.
Anyway, all right, moving on. I could drink this all day.
You guys need to. If you haven't had this one, you need to.
Yeah, pass that on. Here, you guys.
Yeah,
don't
let anybody sip out of my glasses. It's you, right?
Yeah. Next beer. Next beer is one I'm excited about. So, when they crowler beers at Great Notion, they change. I think they do 3 every other day. They change it up. This is one of their barrel-aged dry hop sours that they do. They have a very small barrel program. I think that there's like, if I was thinking about it when I was in there last, I think like maybe 12, 15 barrels that are in the restaurant.
Yeah. Just
kind of chilling in the restaurant to allow them to do some barrel-aged stuff, and this happens to be one of them. So this is a barrel-aged dry hop sour. ABV is 7%. There's no IBUs in sour beers, just FYI. You'll notice as you go through, they may post an IBU if they do like a hop in it, but for the most part on sours, you'll notice that there's just an ABV, there isn't an IBU, because the bitterness isn't really there. Sour beer.
Elizabeth, I saw you just ask a question about us having these here. Unfortunately, they're not distributing. We talked about this a little bit earlier. They're actually starting a 30-barrel system, which is massive. So they'll start distribution once that's finished. He's got plans to try to finish that up this summer. So that's where they're at with that. So if you want these beers, you unfortunately have to go there. So I won't have these beers, or we won't have these beers on tap. I'm horrible about the specs on my beers when I talk about them, so I'll go back. I hate to do this again, but what was the last one I just did? The Blueberry Muffin rates a 4.34, which is ridiculous on Untapped. It's 5%, and the IBUs weren't listed. It's really not hoppy at all, not bitter at all, so you don't have to worry about that. Sorry, just
Okay.
keep stepping back.
That's okay. We're new at this.
I'm a rookie.
This is number 2.
Yeah.
We can make mistakes.
Yeah. Thanks for the question, Elizabeth. I appreciate those. If you guys have any questions, any comments, anything like that, we'll try to pick them up as we see them on the feed here. If not, check the replay out. Like, share, comment, all that on the replay. We see all those things, and we'll go back and check all these things. YouTube channel is coming, so if you're new to this, that's what the plan is.
All right, so as you saw some of the others more hazy, this is definitely you can see through a little more of an amber color that's going to pick up in the barrels. So this aged for 10 months in oak. Yeah, we get excited about oak aged beers. You know, oak really adds a complexity to sours that is just unprecedented. It adds some butteriness, some dryness. If you guys are wine drinkers and you haven't started drinking sours that have been oak aged, do it, because that is definitely a stepping stone to get into sour beers. A lot of people who drink wine, we push into sours.
I agree.
For sure.
I agree. The acidity sort of helps. There's so many complexities, like beginning, middle, end. Something that lingers around for a while. The oakiness, all of those things come out. We're actually, I just told my brother on the way here, we've got so many sours that we're going to have to put another sour handle on our board. So if you've never tried a sour before, they're fairly expensive. We're pretty free with our samples here. So if you live in this area, Lebanon, Oregon, Corvallis, Albany, Lynn County, Oregon, or if you're going down the I-5 corridor, definitely stop by. We'll be happy to sample some sours so you can kind of acquaint your palate with what's going on. But I highly recommend trying.
I don't want to wait any longer. Can we try the beer?
Sorry,
It's
I'm
okay.
a talker, man. I'm a talker.
Oh, dude.
This is Petrus. Like,
Oh,
doesn't
right?
it remind you of Petrus?
Sorry. Great Notion. You know. Petrus is a Belgian sour that we both really, really love. You can actually pick it up in most bottle stores. But yeah, the barrel aging
Gigi
this
will
beer-
try to send some home. Sorry. Gigi, I'll try to send some home with Jason. Yeah, I'd love for you to try it.
So super oaky and dry on the back. Medium, I would say medium bodied sour, not overly sour, well balanced.
So it's like a sour pale. So a Petrus is a sour. Well, one of the Petrus beers that we love is a sour pale. It's not real fruity.
It's dry.
It's dry.
It is dry.
I wouldn't say it's real fruity. A lot of the sours, they'll throw fresh fruit in. Creek would be, cherries. Pesh would be peach.
Yeah.
Fremois would be raspberries. This one, is clean and
Yeah. The hop.
well-rounded.
What do you think about the hops? Are you getting? I know you're sick. I get the hops in the nose, actually, a little bit.
I can't say that I do.
Is there a note? What hops are they using in this?
Mosaic and Galaxy.
Mosaic and Galaxy.
Galaxy is one of my favorites. If you've ever had Crux beers, Crux IPA beers, so they're Outcast or Cast Out or whatever they're calling it these days. They're half hitch. Those are Galaxy hop IPAs. Nice and fruity, pineapple-y notes. I don't necessarily get those out of here, but
You're sick. So.
I'm a sickie. I'm a sickie.
All right.
Dude, last one. So we got six beers today. We normally do 5. Thanks for hanging on with us.
Heather likes Crux.
Yeah. Dee Dee likes Crux. I love Crux. We haven't had Crux on in a while.
Yeah, Crux.
If I didn't have like 15, 12 IPAs sitting here right now, I'd buy some Crux. Soon to come, I'm sure. Okay, so next beer. Did we give them the specs on all that last one? 4.12 on Untapped. That was the barrel-aged dry hop sour. 4.12 on Untapped and 7%. The last beer that we're doing right now is called Double Stack. It's an Imperial Stout. 4.37, 10%, 35 IBUs.
10%.
Yeah, it is.
It's a doozy.
Hopefully it's
It is 10%.
That's what it says. Online it says it's brewed with Clutch Coffee, which is a Portland coffee brewery or coffee house or roastery. That's what it is. Roastery. Anyway, and Vermont maple syrup. So from what I understand, this is like double stack pancakes.
So I've had this beer at their brewery before. This is
have.
one of those like blow your mind beers. Seriously, this beer has won so many awards. I'm not going to rattle off the awards because I'm not like 100% about all the awards that have come through. But this is one of the ones that the owner was like, if you want to have this, I'll crowler it for you, drink it.
Thank you again.
Yeah, thanks, man. Appreciate it. And all the brewers, all the guys at Great Notion, thank you so much for all this. So yeah, dark beer season.
Let's do it. Holy. Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
So when you put this to your nose, it's like a stack of pancakes that just got smothered in syrup.
Goosebumps. Seriously. Again, we're talking about a rating system.
And not having beers that give you goosebumps, like really, that's like, to have a brewery that can do that, that gives you beers that get you so excited is why we do this. Like, why we're here, why we love what we do, is literally this.
So I think a lot of times we put beers on our board and it says cherry whatever, or vanilla, stout, or maple porter, or something like that, and you taste it and you gotta search for those cherry, maple, vanilla notes, right? This beer,
you guys, this beer is
there's no chasing or looking anywhere for this beer.
This beer is ridiculous.
And I'm just now tasting it. Oh my gosh.
So coffee, but not over the top. And God, it's creamy mouthfeel too.
Oh my gosh, yeah, super creamy. It's like a milk stout. If you guys have milk stouts, have that silky smooth feel to them, mouthfeel, lightly carbonated. Give me a slice of bacon and maybe even a little glass of orange juice, and that's done. It's a done deal.
I would drink this for breakfast. Like, seriously.
I might even pour this over the top of my pancakes.
For real. We should reduce this down in the pan and see what we can come up with. No?
Maybe. We tried that with another beer and it tasted horrible. But this is delicious. It really did taste horrible.
We have bacon. We have bacon. We have bacon. We have bacon. We have bacon.
All right.
Line it with bacon. Who doesn't love bacon?
Yeah. I mean, thank you for the hearts, the thumbs up, do all that. Share us, like us. Appreciate you guys tuning in here, guys. 33 people tuning in. That's crazy. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh my gosh.
Somebody just posted they had a beer for breakfast. Cheers.
Hey man, it's the weekend, people. You know what's funny is I follow this fitness guy, Ryan Ingalls. So he tuned in. He asked me the other day. He said, "How do you drink beer and work out and stay on my regimen?" I'm like, "I'm only drinking sips. I'm drinking a few more than sips today."
Hopefully the owner of my gym's not watching. Alex, sorry.
Oh my gosh. No, a few sips here and there. I'm gonna pour a little bit more of that, and I'll let you guys try some of this. You guys need to try some of this too.
Hey, push it away. We'll more too.
So I think that's it for the beers, guys. I appreciate we got a few things here. Oh, dude,
we're gonna have to do another feed. I already thought about it. I'm way ahead of you.
Oh my god.
So we promised everybody we were going to be doing the beer club drawing, which is probably why half the guys that are sitting on these benches are here. Some of them aren't beer members yet, and they want to be.
Oh my gosh.
We were going to have all the names and draw them right here in front of you. We'll do another live feed with this. I'll come down.
You hate me. Everybody out there, I was all week long, I'm like, live feed, we're going to do the picks right there online, and I didn't even.
So anyway, we have a beer member club. We're drawing names. I don't know how many spots we have.
We have 10 spots. There's got to be at least 70 people waiting to get on this. So can we say when we're going to do that? I mean,
let's see.
No, we can't.
We can't.
He needs his schedule.
Yeah.
So sorry. I know Bruce is sitting over here, and I don't even want to look at him because I know he's glaring at me right now.
He's like, you better pick my name.
He's on the list. Anyway, we have a Mug Club member. We promised that we were going to pick that, and we're just not prepared. And I'll take that because I'm unprepared.
Oh, Mike, sorry, dude. Sorry.
Mike, I know there's a lot of you tuning in for that. Maybe, I don't know. I'll figure something out. We'll post it. It'll be very, very soon.
If it's just him, like, or just us,
maybe it'll be me. Maybe I'll do a feed tomorrow. It'll be just me tomorrow. I'll get on. I'll do it from my house tomorrow.
There we go.
Let's do it at 10:30. They'll just keep it the same time. 10:30 tomorrow morning. I'll be live from my house, Beer About It, Growler Cafe. Look us up here. I'll post something on Facebook and Instagram so you guys remember. So sorry.
Mike, you said make more spots. Just so you know, like right now, the 50 spots is just because of the space that we have. We're toying around with expanding that once the expansion is done and we have spaces to hold the mugs. So we'd love to see more. Trust me, there's a long list of people who want to be on it. So if we can get more, we will. So just look out for that.
Right. We just have to be able to get to them. You know, they have to be organized so that we can get to them and pour your beer when you get here and all of that. And so, maybe 100 after we do some expansions.
So a couple things you want to do.
Yeah, right. Goose Island event is this week. This week, I know that there's been a couple other Goose Island events around. They're in the area right now. I know for a fact that my lineup is better than theirs. Anybody else out in Oregon right now, my lineup for Goose Island is better than any lineup I've ever done. I know that I mentioned it last week. I forgot to mention the best beers on our lineup. If you're an Imperial Barrel-Aged Stout fan, you know about Bourbon County. I have 2 years of theirs, or we have 2 years of theirs. We have last year's and this year's. We'll be pouring both of those. We have 2 sours. We have a tequila barrel-aged Saison as well, and we have an Imperial IPA, which is a seasonal double IPA from them, which is fairly sought after as well. They all rate over 4s. So if you're available this Tuesday, 6 to 8 o'clock, giving away free swag, hats, t-shirts, all that, great beers. Definitely swing by this Tuesday.
Just FYI, Bourbon County, when it comes out and bottles hit stores, they're they have lines out the door to get bottles. Stores get 2 cases, and people line up once a year to get that beer. So if you don't know about it, you need to know about it.
This is one of, so when we talked about earlier, we talked about us going to Eugene and making some relationships and talking to some people. This is one of those beers that we did some work for to get. So be here to get some. It'll be gone quickly. What else we got?
Let me answer a question real quick. You asked if we were going to be expanding the menu with the expansion. Absolutely. We've already have some super killer ideas. I know we have, just to kind of let the cat out of the bag, I know we have a, what do we have? Macaroni and cheese, like a macaroni and cheese recipe that, who doesn't love macaroni and cheese? Like macaroni and cheese that we're doing and a couple other super killer stuff. So just, to answer your question, yes, we will be expanding that.
Right.
Sure.
We have a whole new menu that we'll be adding to only the weekend.
Oh, a whole new menu. Yeah, stand by. We're going to talk about that a little bit more later in another episode, for sure.
Oh, well, I'm getting you in trouble. That's what that was. And then we have a question. A promo question.
Sure.
No.
Oh,
You're going to be here. Derek's working all day today.
This is true. Okay, so let's say if you come in and ask me about Double Stack, the Maple Imperial Porter from Great Notion today, then we will give you $2 off a growler fill all day today.
All day.
All day.
Jen will be here tonight. Is it Jen? I think Jennifer's here tonight. So, or whatever girl's here tonight, just come in and
mention this beer.
Mention Double Stack from Great Notion, and you'll get $2 off a growler fill.
Absolutely. Cool.
All right. If you guys don't have any more, let's see. We have any questions here?
Share this video. Please help us out. Comment, like it, share it with your friends. Thank you again so much.
Jason's right there.
Jason's right there.
Fred's asking.
Oh, really?
Fred, thanks for tuning in, bro. I appreciate the question.
All right, I think that's it, yeah?
Yeah. Any more questions about beer? Any suggestions here? Check out the replay. Post it. We'll be reading them all. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Have a great weekend. Tomorrow, Mug Club members, I promise, 10:30.
Thanks, guys.
Cool.